Actually, when I was a schoolboy, I got in touch with a tube amplifier at that time already. And then I was very impressed what tube can do. The tubes give me all this emotional and also the color of the sound, the picture of the sound, and also the wide and deep soundstage. The transistor is different for me. Yeah, it's like more two-dimensional. The tubes are a little bit more three-dimensional, but solid state have also other advantages. Yeah, so you have to also look a little bit that the speaker is well matched to the tube amplifier, especially to single-ended. As you know, Ayon Audio never followed up the old tube fashion sound like in the 50s and the 60s. We are, let's say, we have a very modern sound. You know, it's transparent, fast, and also the bass tighten. We give a lot of dynamic and also a lot of details. Bring with the tube, but what we have is like in the mid-range, you know, on the voice performance. That's a big advantage for the tube. Let's give all this feeling what we need to enjoy music. Yeah, it depends the combination already, which power tube you want to use, the driver stage, which driver tube, which pre-tube, the transformer, the voltages, the operation system, and feedback or no feedback. Many questions about this. You know, it's like cooking. You know, you have many ingredients. Around 30 years to sit together, listening, share the opinions, go back to a concert hall like or opera house like in Vienna to see where we are, how is life, what we can do in our home, in the living room, and then we try to follow up. And as you see, also in the last 30 years, the taste becomes different. Yeah, recordings becoming better and better. Yeah, room acoustic better. So you have to also consider all these things. Yeah, as we see, there's already since many years a hype about tubes, about the good sound, and we think for us the tube is the right way, because actually it's like with a good meal or a good wine. Yeah, we want to enjoy, and people, they spend a lot of money. Yeah, they want to also enjoy the music, and this is not a question about some technical electrical parameters or some measurements and a distortion level about 0.0 something like that. That's not important. Important is the result, how I can really enjoy the music, and therefore the tubes for us, yeah, this comes at closest. That's important that a tube lover or a customer who is interested to buy a tube amplifier, he must get really in touch with the dealer, and the dealer must be professional, and the dealer must lead him. Yeah, the tube is a little bit sensitive about aging. You know, we see many customers, they are using tubes, especially the KT88 family, too long, 6, 7, 8, 9 years, and then it becomes aging. The emission not anymore so good, and then the tube can break. But when you care and consider about 2,500 or 3,000 hours, yeah, and then you change it, yeah, that's fine. Yeah. Also, what should we say? We saw in the past, you know, that many customers didn't care about the bias, the tube bias itself. So this is the reason why we developed a completely new system, the auto fixed bias system, which have nothing to do with an automatic bias system. Yeah, so that the customer cannot do anything wrong with this amplifier or with the tubes. You know, so that's a very important thing. The bias depends also from the main voltages, and we found out here in Europe, you know, we have areas we have less than 220 volts, and we have areas, you know, like 250 watts, especially in England, you know. So there's a wide variation. Yeah. So that means the bias is going along with the main voltage. So you can imagine when you adjust, for an example, 500 millivolt KT88 with 220 watts, and then you move to another area, and there you have 240 watt. So the bias will increase a lot, and then the tube edging is much more faster. So, but when our system, this new auto-fixed bias system, always consider also the main voltage, which is so important. So that means we can extend the tube life with this technology, and also is connected a very well designed tube protection system. So that means when a tube becomes shortened or whatever, it cannot destroy a transformer or some other main parts. Maximum what is possible is maybe a resistor. Of course, you have to consider that a tube, especially during the burn-in time, it can break. But nothing will happen. You just exchange the tube. And therefore, as I've said before, when you have a dealer, so you can share the ideas, they lead you, and then it's not a problem on a tube amplifier, even when a tube is breaking, because the dealer have a stock, you know. You go to him, you replace it, adjust the auto-fixed bias bottom, and then everything is fine. Yeah, we can take an example like the Spirit. I remember we first introduced the Spirit around 10 years ago. And this was our first push-pull amplifier, because we started long time ago with single-ended amplifier. And with the single-ended amplifier, we spread out in the world, you know, and then this amplifier, many people like and love this kind of amplifier design, single-ended. And then, of course, the single-ended design is more expensive as a push-pull, and also the power is a little bit limited. So we started around 10 years ago to introduce the first Spirit, and this became a successor. But we saw that there are a lot of things to improve. Yeah, I can say with the latest generation of the Spirit 3, actually we do not have any more an idea to improve it, because we have to always consider what we can do in this price class. And with this price class, we did already now the maximum. So that means there's no any idea, in the future to bring maybe a Spirit 4 or something like that. No any idea. Actually, the major basis design on the digital products, on the amplifier, preamplifier, actually are done. Of course, we have always a little bit some ideas, but this is not so easy, you know. Starting from an idea until bring it to a product, you know, on the market, this can take a long time. So that means, sure, we see some points what we can do, but on the amplifier side, from the single-ended side, or also from our push-pull line, at the moment, or in the next years, there will come nothing new. We are working on maybe on a crazy project. We will bring maybe end of this year a super duct. Really a super duct. I can say nobody, I mean a tube-based manufacturer, nobody have done such a duct until now. So there are many new things what are coming in this duct. Also completely a new tube circuit, also a completely new clocking system. Yeah, on this we work. The advantage what Ayon Audio have is actually we are completed. We are making CD player, affordable CD player, of course, this is also a point, you know. We make DAC, we make network players, CD transport, network transport, phono stages, single-ended amplifier, push-pull amplifier, loudspeakers. So this is a huge line. Sure, there are some competitors, they are doing also good amplifier design, the others preamplifier design, the others maybe more on the phono stage sides, or some doing also good CD players. But to be really completed, to make all this line on a very high level, doesn't matter which price class, in its price class of course, I think there are not so many.